Welcome back to another episode of the Day After Podcast.
I'm on the dark side now.
We've teased it before of having me have the hero tribe and Ryan have the villain tribe. So we're bringing that at you here at Fantasy Island 3, the third one in this little series. And I think we got a pretty good mix here.
Oh yeah. There are some people that I'm going to learn what they do for the first time, and as we talked beforehand, there's a few that he's going to learn. So it's also nice seeing like the role reversal and seeing like what kind of villains or like heroes we're attracted to, seeing how or gravitate to, seeing how we because we both know I usually gravitate towards hero, and like there are some things I like that are heroic more so than other heroic traits. And you know, the opposite for Mr. Joking.
Yeah, you'll notice a little trend with my list actually here of heroes is that they start almost being viewed as a potential villain that then end up becoming a hero very shortly after because they're just not compatible with being a villain.
Yeah. All right. So should we just hop right into it?
Yeah, let's talk about someone we're not supposed to talk about, and that's Bruno Madrigal.
Yes. Known for being, it's interesting because it's a villain song without technically being a villain song.
Yeah.
And the number one Disney song of all time because just made the top 100 number one spot.
Exactly. And
you know, Bruno cares about his family. Well, sure, I'm not gonna step over it.
Yeah. He cares about his family. He basically runs away after finding out that the main girl is like potentially going to ruin the family. So he like kind of tries to run away so that that doesn't have like a whole thing that comes out of it. But he ends up staying still in the house. Where he's still watching and making sure he can still kind of be a part of the family, even though he's like not part of the family now. He starts off everyone the entire time thinks he's a terrible person. You don't talk about him like he's this evil person. The second you meet him, you immediately know he is not that person.
No, he has a lot of quirks, and he befriends a lot of rats and stuff.
Could this be the next Ratcatcher 2?
If we do I don't think Ratcatcher 2 makes it to an all-star. But this could be the next. This is Ratcatcher 3.
Yep. And I will say, this is Island of the Idols, so we got some Fantasy Island mentors.
Ooh, one of them's got to be Regina, right?
We'll gotta wait and see.
All right.
Okay. Next up, another person from Arcane, trying to maybe have a different path than what some other of the Arcane have done. And we got Caitlin Kierman, who is pretty much an officer of the law, who ends up kind of getting caught up in this whole Vi and Jinx kind of debacle, as the sisters, but Jinx is breaking the law and, Caitlyn has to go after her, but all at the same time, her partner Vi is now, it became a whole muddy situation there. Definitely a good heart. Like, you can definitely tell that, she doesn't know what to do. It's very conflicted.
She basically goes from lawful good to having the debacle or having the internal struggle that she's not lawful good. She is neutral good. But she's really, really finding that because is it uphill or forgetting the upper city.
Piltover.
Turnover. No.
Piltover.
Piltover, yeah. I worked in an event for like 4 weeks doing it. I should know this. But...
Yeah, I think the last time we brought on though, I think I forgot the name and you corrected me. So
full circle. The dark side does strange things.
Yeah.
Caitlin was fun. I liked her dynamic with Vi. So especially since you have more I wouldn't say traditional hero senses or traditional heroes on your team, it's good to have like one person that's like that, you know?
Mhm. Yeah, exactly. Okay, next up we got Katherine the Great, specifically from the TV show Katherine the Great, which is about, it's like a parody or satire on Katherine the Great as a character, as like a person. And but at the, it's a comedy drama. I definitely think there's a lot of comedy in it, but the first episode she gets put through the ringer. She basically gets married to a big dickhead who does not care about her because, you know, you get arranged a marriage. And then you know, she has like this fantasy idea of what love is going to be like when she comes into this relationship.
Yeah.
And when they're supposed to, you know, have sex after their marriage, he comes in there, has sex with her while talking to his friend about ducks.
What the hell?
Yeah, like just the worst kind of person. He gets her a bear as a prize, like as a present. Like,
Not
hey,
a teddy
here's
bear, but like an actual
an
bear.
actual full-grown bear. And she actually likes it at first. And then a couple days later at a party, he shoots the bear in front of her. He tells her that, hey, yeah, you can have you can make a school, you know, you can be in charge of a school. She makes it with the intention to educate women. And then the second that he finds out that it's for women, he burns the school down.
Well,
all of this happens.
How much of this is historically accurate?
A lot of this. Yeah, it's definitely, I think it's heightened to an extreme of how it's being done, but a lot of this. And so the whole show is about her trying to basically overthrow and create a coup of this guy so that way she can actually try to create reform in Russia.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Well, I'm curious to see how she does here.
Yeah.
She's definitely been through a lot from the sound of it.
Yeah. All of that happens literally in one episode. There's so much more. Like her life.
That was in one episode.
All this happens in one episode, and I left out a bunch of other stuff.
That's like 3, 4, or 5 episodes worth of stuff, my friend.
Yeah, and that's one episode.
The fuck? Oh, so she's definitely
she's a survivor.
This is going to be a cakewalk to her.
Exactly. Yeah. So yeah, this is Katherine Great. I'm really rooting for her. I haven't finished the show yet, but I've been watching it recently, and it is a trip.
I bet.
Yeah. Okay, next up we got someone with a much lighter past, Kelvin Gemstone, from the show The Righteous Gemstones. I don't know if
that's
you've heard
that new show. I've heard of it. I haven't seen anything from it yet.
Yeah, the second season's coming out right now, and it's basically about this family of televangelists who have like a big mega church, and you know they're basically, you know, preaching all this stuff about religion and everything. But this generation, this new version, is they're basically all assholes. So you see them doing a lot of asshole stuff to each other, and then going out into the church and everyone having that big cheesy smile and everything. But Kelvin Gemstone here is the very naive younger brother of the main group, and he's a youth pastor who his biggest accomplishment, like something that he is very proud of, is he basically helped a devil worshiper find Jesus. So successfully, yeah, he's now like his best friend and hangs out with him all the time at church and everything. And so this devil worshiper has 666 tattooed across his chest still, because that's what he had. But you know, he's still being brought in by Kelvin Gemstone here. You know, being like, hey, it doesn't matter. You know, you accept Jesus Christ now, so that's all that matters.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, that's impressive.
Yeah, he has a bit of a Jesus Christ complex. He definitely thinks he's either Jesus Christ or the devil.
But you know, both. Well, I would hope the former, if
Mhm.
because that's I don't want to say lesser of two evils, but
Yeah,
because Jesus is not depicted as an evil, but more
yeah,
so of like if you're gonna have one of the complexes, you might as well have the Jesus one.
yeah. That's definitely the main one that's focused on. But he's always just like, I mean, well, I got this guy. But yeah, he ends up also getting a bunch of big muscly men around him as his apostles. Um,
Jeez, my
yeah, exactly. So yeah, he's definitely going to be an interesting one. Also played by Adam Devine. I love Adam. I think he's a great comedian.
God.
So yeah.
Nice.
Next up from the anime Tokyo Revengers, we got Draken Ryuguchi. It's Ken Ryuguchi, but everyone knows him by Draken. And
Draken or Penny?
this guy's just great. He's
Oh yeah.
this big kind of brooding guy. You first kind of know him as part of the Tokyo Manji gang, which is supposed to be this very villainous group that you keep hearing about. The main guy Takemichi is supposed to almost go in there and stop them from pretty much becoming big or whatever. And yeah. Once you meet him, though, you're like, oh my gosh, Draken's great. He has a
Yeah.
very big emphasis on friends. Very loyal to a fault.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's definitely one of the best characters from Tokyo Revengers.
Yeah. I told I knew a friend who watched the first episode of Tokyo Revengers. It was like, it might not be for me, but I'm like, no, you have to wait. You have to
Mhm.
wait until they introduced Kenny. When they
Mhm.
introduce Kenny, you're gonna realize how lit this show is.
Mhm.
Definitely one of my favorite shows that I watched last year.
Yeah.
Great story and everything, and Kenny just being like one of the best parts of it. Like really cool character. He's funny without
Mhm.
having to be funny, and
Yeah.
yeah, he's tough.
Yeah.
And
Exactly.
I think he honestly he's probably my number one pick out of your entire tribe. He's
Yeah.
someone where I've thought of bringing a few times.
Mhm.
It's just like it was like for balancing reasons, I just never brought him. So I'm glad he
Yeah.
finally made his
Yeah,
debut.
I was determined to bring a Tokyo Revengers person this time. I was like,
Yeah,
we got to get someone because that was my favorite anime of the last year was Tokyo Revengers. So here he is.
nice, nice.
Okay, next up from another anime, we got Lady Tsunade from Naruto. And she's the Hokage, or she becomes the Hokage of the Leaf Village. She's a gambler, a drunk. She's almost kind of like when you see the contrast from what the old Hokage was to her, they're like
Yeah,
so different. You're almost kind of like, oh, is this even gonna work at first? But she ends up actually becoming one of the more successful Hokages. Definitely in at least at the what we see in the show.
oh yeah.
And yeah, I mean she's a very strong woman. I thought it would be good to kind of have a definitely physically strong women on this tribe.
Oh yeah.
So yeah.
She also we shouldn't have any medevacs
Hmm.
because she is one of the world renowned medical shinobi as well.
Exactly.
So much so, for those of you who haven't seen the show, she can pretty much regenerate on the spot. She got so
Hmm.
good at it. She can, regenerate. Also, she can summon slugs to kind of
Yeah.
like spy around and like because the slugs can communicate with each other.
Yeah.
Very resourceful woman, very powerful. Yeah. So I think like whether or not she wants to take up the leadership mantle is up for debate. But if she does, or if she's appointed in that position, she can do good.
Yeah, I agree. I think I feel like she's got a good like merge run in her at least. I feel like I feel like I want to see her at least make the merge. I guess I'll just say that.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. Next up, we got Lance Arroyo, and he is from the show called The Other Two. I don't know if you've seen or heard about The Other Two.
I have not actually.
So The Other Two is about these two siblings, or those three siblings, but one of them has become big on like YouTube and social media and all this stuff, and has become famous. And the other two were aspiring actors and dancers, and haven't made it, but now they're kind of just looked at as the other two because they're the ones that didn't make it.
So kind of like the two other Hemsworths before, Hunger Games and Westworld.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's all about them trying to kind of make it in the industry still. And the sister of that group, is the ex-girlfriend of this guy, Lance Arroyo, and at first it almost seems like, oh, he's the ex, he must be a dickhead, but then he's the nicest, most carefree guy in the world, and is like so supportive of the family that is the main character still, even though that there is typically when you're an ex of someone, you're not gonna want to maintain that great of a relationship with them, but somehow a weird dynamic happens where he starts dating another girl and then is best friends with the girl, the main girl who he's the ex of, and the three of them have like this weird like friendship relationship that is just so interesting. He's also not considered very smart. He is a shoe designer, and but his shoes are kind of like always just really weird and not very practically designed shoes, but they still end up making it, despite what the main characters say the shoes are stupid.
Huh. Well, that's good.
Yeah.
He definitely looks like he can be somewhat. Granted, I'm just seeing his head, but he looks like he's fit, stuff like that. And
he's very athletic.
Granted, we have like, I'd say 3 people just by, we have 3 people, including him, that look, like they can hold their own in challenges, but one more is always good.
Exactly. Okay, next up we got Leota Adebayo from Peacemaker.
Do you really want it?
Man, I never skip that intro.
I don't like skipping intros in general. It's like, it's kind of like the warm-up act, gets you pumped for the show. That's just me. I know not everyone has that same sentiment, but like, I love the intros.
Yeah, I never skip the ones that are good. If there's a bad one where I'm just like, that's not really good, I always skip it. But yeah, Adebayo. Now, to be fair, the show is still coming out right now. There's a chance that she actually turns as a villain, because there's a bit of a villain thread through her story, a little bit with her mom,
we're gonna say it later anyways. Like,
exactly,
it's in the very first episode. So
there's a chance that this still becomes a villain, but because of what we've seen so far, she's definitely a hero. She is someone that you are rooting for so much. She's pretty much lying about her skills in the field almost, because she just keeps saying, that she can kill something or do this, but when she has to put up or shut up, it doesn't go very well.
No. But one of her biggest strengths is, being able to relate to Peacemaker. Because Peacemaker, he's like the douchey, kind of like bro-y kind of alpha male type who not PC at all. And like, Adebayo is like, hey, like that's not right and stuff like that. And not in like a, in your face kind of way of like, how someone's like, no, you can't do that, but more so of like talking to him on a personal level and trying to be like more chill that way.
Exactly. I think she's gonna have a very good social game out there.
I think I almost said Tasty. Same actress that played Tasty in Orange is the New Black. I always like it when people that have been in a series for quite some time afterwards still getting work. That's always what I like to see. And definitely I feel a lot's going to come in for her, especially once we reveal something. If you haven't watched Peacemaker episode 1, just watch it now. Or if you have the desire, because we're gonna spoil something in quite a bit, because it's hard not to.
Yeah, whenever there's these kind of things, expect some minor spoilers about their characters and stuff and potential storylines. It's inevitable.
Yeah. But she's definitely someone on your tribe that I hope does well.
Cool. Okay, next up we got someone from Dragon Ball Z, hopefully trying to do better than our last Dragon Ball Z participants who happened to be the first boot. So just make it a little further here. So just as I said, as kind of the theme is that a lot of these characters start off seeming like they might be evil, becoming good, and that really is what Majin Buu's whole character is that you have this whole build up like 30 episodes or something of Majin Buu like basically being born and being evil, and once he comes out, he's so not that. He does not want to fight. He wants to, eat chocolate and candy and all that kind of stuff. And ends up leaving the wizard Babidi to pretty much
kills him, in fact.
Kills him, and basically goes off and has the greatest like couple episode story arc of Dragon Ball ever, with him and Hercule, and them getting a house together, getting a dog, and like living in by themselves in this. It was so adorable. It is so it's wholesome anime at its finest. And later, an evil the evil part of Buu ends up trying to come back in and takes a hold of him. But ultimately, we're using Fat Buu here, Good Buu, whatever you want to call this iteration of Buu. OG Buu.
Well, I mean, because Majin Buu is kind of like the name. There's like, Super Buu, and then there's Kid Buu.
Yeah.
I forget what the darker gray one is called.
I think it's just Evil Buu.
Evil Buu.
Yeah, because it's supposed to represent the evil side.
Yeah, so there's like a lot of Boos, but this Buu is the good Buu.
Mm-hmm. Okay, next up we got Shoko Komi from this anime called Komi Can't Communicate.
So I'm not familiar with this one at all. So you gotta. Cool. So I'm interested to see.
It's so I'll be honest, this is more of an inside joke that me and my friend Dominic have, because we watched one episode of this anime. I have not watched any more. I've only seen this one episode. But Komi here is considered the idol almost of her school, the beautiful idol kind of character. But the fact is she has crippling social anxiety. So she ends up kind of looking a lot more kind of like it almost becomes the attraction for the school is how she never talks because she can't communicate. Gotcha. So like there's a moment in school where she gets called on to answer in class, and everyone has usually been standing up and just saying it. She stands up, walks to the chalkboard, writes it down, and then goes back and sits down. And everyone like eats this up. They think it is the greatest thing ever. But she just wants to be able to talk to them and make friends with them, but they don't want to talk to her because they think she's like so popular. Like there's almost this counterbalance to it. But the whole thing is done in this very absurd, over the top fashion that is just so it's ridiculous. It was a light novel that was basically originated from it, and it's just zany. The whole thing is just a very zany interpretation of what social anxiety is really like.
as someone that has suffered from that, it's interesting. Is it worth a watch?
I don't think so.
Uh,
I think it's an interesting concept, but I don't know if it's. I don't think they do it as well.
Holds on its own.
Yeah. But ultimately, I think the character of someone who can't communicate, and having this social anxiety, I think that it could be interesting to see how she does here on Survivor.
Yeah. I like her. From the description you've given and stuff, I'm like, okay, yeah, I've come around. I think she might be in the top 3 people I root for, to be honest.
Interesting.
All right, now for the villains.
Yeah.
So, there's going to be a minor spoiler things ahead for certain characters, but I'll do my best, except for one. I have to explain what one character does and why they're on this list. But first up, we have Alpha from The Walking Dead. Now, basically in The Walking Dead, it's zombies, stuff like that. And there's these group of people that wear walker skin, like walker masks, and kind of like, they can go around and kind of like navigate like hordes and stuff like that. And they also kind of like live outside. They believe that this is the new world and like this is the natural thing. They don't even refer them to walkers or sickos. They call them guardians, as if like it's the next step. It's of their like evolution, like it's part of like the human cycle now. And Alpha is the founder and leader of this group, and basically she's ruthless. Not going to give away a few things she has done, but let's just say Walking Dead was kind of for a while. She made the show interesting again. She redeemed the show after All Out War. All Out War had, which is like the arc before hers, it still had some good moments and stuff in it, but it's very not well received. But like she kind of brought it back to the horror roots and everything. And she does one thing that is so iconic and messed up that yeah. She's definitely a force to be reckoned with, and you do not want to mess with her.
Yeah, interesting, because I stopped watching The Walking Dead after Glenn died. Spoiler about that. So, but like that was my kind of like, I kind of just stopped. I think I maybe watched a couple after that, but it wasn't as interesting to me. But yeah, I'm interested to see how Alpha does here. So yeah.
All right, next up we have Amanda Waller. So remember how we told you to watch Peacemaker episode 1? Remember how you didn't listen to us? So Adebayo, sorry, my bad. Is Amanda Waller's daughter. So, part of the reason Joe came up with his list first, but I was also like, when I was making this list, we have had a history of choosing like crazy psychotic girls for villains. So I kind of wanted to make sure we had a good mix of people that aren't the crazy psychotic girls. And, I was like, maybe not Waller, but I'm like, Amanda Waller is so great. In the sense of like, she is cold-blooded, she is ruthless, she doesn't care how many people die for getting a mission accomplished as long as it gets accomplished, sending high valued or very powerful people on suicide missions, and like, all right, if they die, I don't care. It's like, do what I say or I'm going to make your head explode. Even if like they're faced with death anyway. It's like, she doesn't mess around. She's socially manipulative. She's like a mastermind, and I feel like she's a little bit too dangerous for this game. Very much a social threat. And
I could definitely see her being as iconic as like a Regina George, honestly, of this series, in terms of just dominating in terms of social and strategy.
Yeah. Yeah. And you know, there is a tribe switch up here, so maybe her and Adebayo might be on the same team.
That'd be
Who
nice.
knows?
I want to see them at least one episode, have them on the same tribe. Give us a chance.
Yeah, yeah. They might not say out loud that they are mother and daughter, but we'll
Yeah.
see.
Yeah,
We'll see.
exactly.
All right. Next up, we have Cersei Lannister from Game of Thrones. Now, for those of you who have not watched Game of Thrones or like, it's been out, I heard that ending wasn't good, I'm not gonna. Cersei Lannister. So in Game of Thrones, the people that run the main kingdom is like the Baratheons slash Lannisters, like, and you know, the king basically married her, and you know, basically the Lannisters kind of like in control because the Baratheon that married into, or the Baratheon at the time that held the throne, he was kind of like a big sloppy drunk, basically. And so like she is definitely like a strategic threat. She's like she definitely wants power. She wants the throne and everything. And she can be cold-blooded in there, but she's not without reason. And above anything else, she puts her kids first. She cares about her kids so much. And if you mess with her kids, you are fucked. There is like, oh, if she finds out anything, there will be punishment. Also, another thing you find out in the very first episode, she screws her brother. And then they're like, she's a twin, and they're like twins and stuff. And yeah, there's that. And all of her children are a result of incest. But, you know, I think she's definitely, she's a good villain. She's smart. She's a strong woman. She's definitely someone that can take charge. And despite her faults, she makes, I wouldn't say the best leader, but she makes a very strong leader.
Yeah, I haven't watched Game of Thrones. Not it seems like a show I should like, but I've not really watched it.
It's a lot. It's not a casual viewing show.
Yeah,
It's like
exactly.
you gotta watch. You know, yeah. So, all right. So next up, we have Clubber Lang from Rocky 3. Now, when I was making this list, it kind of like similar to Joe. He had like the villains that kind of like turned into heroes. Like I noticed that I really like strong, or I like methodical, or like I like methodical villains, or like stuff like that, or like that definitely work on the mental scale. And so when I was making my list, I needed someone to kind of counterbalance that. I needed a bit more of a variety, and I felt Clubber Lang, played by Mr. T, was a good fit. One, because basically in Rocky 3, he's like, I don't think you deserve the belt. I'm going to take it, because basically he pretty much kept winning fights in Chicago, and then he challenges Rocky, and it's a 40-year-old movie if you haven't seen it already, so I don't feel too bad of saying this, but beats Rocky and actually kind of indirectly causes Rocky to lose his mentor, Mickey.
Mm-hmm.
And so you know, basically he's a bad guy. He's not like a villain for the sake of like, ooh, I'm a bad guy and has a big plot. He's just a boxer who's like, I deserve the belt. I deserve to be the champion, and he goes for it. So
He's got
I
big dick
wanted,
energy.
yeah, definitely. I mean, it's Mr. T.
Yeah, exactly.
So I really wanted him to kind of like balance out the tribe dynamic. So yeah.
Nice. I'm looking forward to him. I really like Rocky 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I have a soft spot for Rocky 3 and Rocky 4 for some reason. I know that they might not be the top choice for Rocky movies, but they are for me.
Rocky 3 is awesome.
Yeah, but I feel like a lot of people either refer to either Rocky 1 or Rocky 2 as like the number one.
I can agree with that, but like,
yeah.
You know, Rocky 3 is also a solid entry.
It's really good, yeah.
And Rocky 4, when it's not being a music video,
I think the fight at the end is just it's so absurd that it makes me laugh. Like they just keep going round after round, like it goes to like a crazy amount of rounds and they're still going.
Yeah. I know there is another thing I want to say because one of my roommates informed me that Creed 3 Jonathan Majors, you might know him from Lovecraft Country or Loki, or The Harder They Fall, like big name, is going to be in Creed 3. And a lot of people are thinking that he might be Clubber Lang's son. So we'll see.
That'd be
I like
interesting.
I really enjoy Jonathan Majors, so we'll see. But
Nice.
enough about that. We got
Mm-hmm.
Mr. T on our team. All right, next up, this
could you say that your team is the A team?
The A team. There are two people with A in the title, so yeah. Next person, we have Gabby Braun from Attack on Titan. Now, this woman, she basically she's introduced in the 4th season because you learn, spoiler alert, because it's season 4 of a show. It's kind of, so basically she's in line to inherit a power of one of the Titans. She's one of the soldiers trained for that, and she knows she's a prodigy and she flaunts it all the time. Now, that alone doesn't make her a villain. What makes her a villain is killing two fan favorite characters. Well, one was unforgivable because it was someone that everyone loved, and then recently in an episode kills the main character gruesomely too. Like, I don't want to get into description, but it was like an iconic moment. Like, reaction videos and stuff were like you had to watch because it was so insane of like what she did. So for that reason, she earns a spot on this list. I hope she's the first boot. I hope she gets humiliated. Damn her!
Watch her now win the whole thing, because you've now given her the curse of the hatred of Ryan, which means they have to do good.
We can originate it. We can call it the Danny Boatwright curse. All right. But all right, next up, we have Jason Dean, or JD, from Heathers. And basically, Heathers, this is a group. And basically, imagine it's kind of like Mean Girls, except they kill off Regina George in the first like 20 minutes. And basically, it's done by accident. And so Jason Dean, JD, is the new kid in town and is basically has like a fling / starts to date with Veronica, who is a part of the Heathers, but she's not really a part of the Heathers. She's just like the Heathers user, and then she's like, okay, you're one of us, but not really one of us. And so like she gets kind of like driven by, you know, his dark tendencies and stuff, and then he starts to go out of control and starts killing people, and then gets obsessed with it. And he is he's like charismatic. You kind of know that he's kind of like the person of like, you know, he's shady, you know, he does shit, but at the same time, like there's something like cool about it, about his like not giving a fuck attitude.
Yeah, so I got a serial killer here in JD.
I mean, we have like 4. We have, trust me, when Ryan was like, oh, I'm going to choose villains, I chose horrible people.
Yeah.
Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of these people have killed people. One of them
is Newman, right?
One of them indirectly killed someone. I haven't seen all of Seinfeld, but you know, we'll get to Newman in a second. But you know, JD is cool. He has in the musical one of the best songs, Freeze Your Brain, one of my go-to karaoke's, if they have it. So yeah. All right, next up we have Jennifer Check from Jennifer's Body. And Jennifer is basically a succubus. She eats boys, she can regenerate, stuff like that, and she is very manipulative. She is basically Parvati Shallows as a demon. Best way I can describe
Yeah,
it.
I feel like that summarizes it pretty well. I've never seen the movie, but I remember them airing the commercials or trailers for this movie all the time when I was a kid.
Yeah.
So I definitely know that it exists, but I've never watched it.
I think it's a decent horror movie. You know, I think it's decent. It has a great cast. You know, it has Amanda Seyfried and forget the one guy's name, but
yeah, and Megan Fox.
Megan Fox, obviously she's in it. She's
Yeah,
right there.
exactly.
I'm forgetting, and you know, great cast all around, and yeah, I think it's a good like horror movie to watch. It was like early 2010s, late 2000s horror, and this was one of the standouts there. All right. So next up, we have Moff Gideon from the Mandalorian / Star Wars universe. And basically, once the Empire falls, he's still kind of there being like in charge of stuff. He really, a lot of the reason I chose him was I wanted someone from Star Wars that wasn't like a main baddie, but I also wanted to get Giancarlo Esposito because like he's a fantastic actor. And yeah, I didn't want to use his character in Breaking Bad, but I really was like, you know what, let's go with Moff Gideon. He also gets to wield the dark saber, which is like one of the most badass weapons ever, and not only able to like use it, but use it well. And he kind of keeps targeting, you know, Baby Yoda, as he's referred to, or you know, Grogu, whichever you refer to him offhand. So, and you see his tendency is like manipulation as well. Like there are a few moments where he's like, you know, I'm going to give you the chance to hand him over or not, and then the whole lore behind the darksaber, he even plays into that a little bit.
Yeah, my confession is I don't like The Mandalorian as a show.
I know.
I'm pretty sure we've had this conversation. So I never got to this character because I only watched the first 3 episodes. But so I don't know too much about him. But I know Giancarlo Esposito is a great villain. He plays some of the best villains ever. Even in the latest Far Cry game, they gave him the villain role because he's so
great.
Good at...
A lot of people were petitioning for him to be Norman Osborn in the new Spider-Man movies. Like, obviously, that's not the route they went.
Yeah.
But like, he was that good. It was like, oh, we need him in the MCU to play. People want him for specifically Norman Osborn, which is like the biggest Spider-Man villain out there.
Exactly.
And yeah, so like great person. So mostly I picked him because of Giancarlo, but you know, I was like Star Wars as well. So yeah. All right, next up, because I have so many ruthless people, I needed kind of like a funny villain. Not really a villain, but kind of like an antagonist. And I think Wayne Knight is funny. And I haven't seen all of Seinfeld, but Newman is hilarious. I've had like a Newman in my life, not, you know, like he was like the Newman to my Jerry Seinfeld, but like Newman, character on himself, he's funny. He's kind of a jerk. It's Wayne Knight.
The rivalry between him and Jerry is just so great. It's you know, if you've ever had a neighbor who keeps, you know, coming up to your house and complaining about something, you know Newman. Like that is their relationship in a nutshell.
Yeah. He's someone where jokingly I would love for him to win. I would love for him to win just for the sake of like that being a thing, kind of like how Forky and Snooki are winners, even though Forky definitely earned it.
Yeah.
Newman would be a winner.
Yeah.
I
and
think
then we got to
fun.
bring Jerry Seinfeld on to see how he does.
Exactly. All right, next up. So I have Zebediah Kilgrave, or Kilgrave in the show. His real name is, I forget, because like Kilgrave is what we refer him to.
Yeah.
Played by David Tennant. And if you've not seen Jessica Jones, it's probably the best out of the Netflix Marvel. Like, it's Daredevil and Jessica Jones. It's really a toss-up. I kind of like Jessica Jones a little bit more, especially season one being one of my favorite seasons of a TV show, mostly because of this man. And basically, he has a superpower where he can control people.
Cool.
Basically, all he has to do is give a command, and people will follow it. And he does that in very sickening ways in Jessica Jones. Like, he does some like really graphic things, has done some messed up stuff, even having Jessica Jones under his thumb, like before the show starts. That's what happened, and he comes back basically 1 year later, and that's where the show picks up. And also the things he does, it's like, it's not even like, like he's used to getting his way, because all he has to do is say, oh, get me this, or oh, I don't like you, pour coffee on your face. Those are like his go-to responses to things. He has like violent tendencies, and yeah, he doesn't take no for an answer, because even if he doesn't have his power, he's a master of social manipulation. Because there was one point where he wanted to prove that, he wanted to prove something, and he decided not to use his powers, just sheerly the situations he can set up. And even to have that power and like the limitations it's had, he had to be very smart about it. So like, not only does he has this OP power, he's also really, really smart as well.
Well, I guess let's give him the win now. I mean, how are you supposed to beat someone who can control the votes?
I think it's something where in the lore of this, he has a power dampener or something like that on. It's something where he can't really use his power effectively here.
Okay.
Jeff was like, all right, the only way you can do it is with a power dampener or something. And whether or not Kilgrave actually is able to disarm it or something, we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes. Okay. I'll say who my favorite are on your tribe first. I think I'm rooting for Amanda Waller and Newman. I think those are the two I'm really rooting for on your tribe.
For me, I'd say it's Newmer. For me, it's Newman and Kilgrave. Kilgrave, definitely, like, I can't say enough. He's an awesome villain. I think he's top tier MCU villain.
Yeah. I haven't seen Jessica Jones, but your description honestly makes me want to go watch it.
Definitely. It's neo-noir detective, and like Jessica Jones herself. Like, if I did Heroes this time, I probably would have chose her, since I'm rewatching all of the Netflix Marvel stuff.
Got it. Okay. Who's your favorite on my tribe?
I'm gonna say three is Kenny, Komi, and Bruno.
I'm probably gonna root for Draken, Kelvin, and Katherine the Great.
Solid. Very solid. All right. So we introduced everyone. Let's do this thing.
Let's do it. Katherine finds the Lyro tribe hidden immunity idol.
Nice.
Starting off strong. Okay. And JD finds the Vokai tribe hidden immunity idol.
I'm nervous for any of these people getting the idol. Jesus.
Okay. Let's see who wins immunity. My tribe wins immunity.
All right.
Okay. And it is Regina George and Rick Sanchez, both of the winners of the Fantasy Islands. And
Yeah.
Gideon arrives, the lesson is fire making. He decides to play and he loses.
Oh,
He
damn.
loses his vote at this next tribal council.
I don't think he's too thrilled about that.
Yeah. Kelvin and Boo bond strongly.
Interesting.
I guess Kelvin is showing Boo that if you believe in Jesus Christ, he'll give you some free chocolates.
Maybe. For those of you who did not watch Dragon Ball Z, Boo can also turn people into food.
Yeah, that's true.
Keep that in mind.
Yeah. JD is impressing the rest of the team.
He's singing "Freeze Your Brain."
Jennifer is impressing the rest of the team.
She's putting her hand in fire and not getting burned.
And Newman and Kilgrave find something in common.
It's probably the most random freaking.
And they create an alliance.
For them.
They create the Newman and Kilgrave alliance.
What? That is. I love this.
Yeah, we'll call them Killman.
Killman. I dig it.
Waller rests at camp to restore her energy.
All right.
Okay, who is the first boot?
Gabby.
Gabby?
Gabby.
I'm I'm just gonna say it's gonna be someone random. I'm gonna say Alpha.
I hope not.
First vote goes to Alpha.
Woo!
Second vote goes to Alpha. Third vote goes to Gideon. Fourth vote goes to Gideon. Fifth vote goes to Gideon.
Oh, that sucks.
Sixth vote goes to Gideon.
Damn.
Wow.
That really blows. There. And not that I was like too attached to the character, but in the sense of like losing your vote, and then that sucks.
Yeah. So let's see here. So Alpha, Clubber, Gabby, Jennifer, Kilgrave, Newman, Waller voted for Gideon, and Cersei and JD voted for Alpha.
All right. To be honest, I'm not worried about anyone on this tribe. I feel like all of them have like ways to come back from anything.
Yeah. Gideon really just got screwed over there by going to the Island of the Idols.
Yeah.
Okay. Proceed. No alliances. So the only alliance in the game right now is Newman is Killman.
Kilgrave or Killman.
Yeah. Komi arrives. She decides to play.
Oh no.
And she loses. Wow, no one is doing good here. It's because she had to answer questions, but she couldn't talk. She couldn't communicate. They didn't give her a paper or pencil. They just said, well, what is it? What's the answer?
Dang.
And the Lyro tribe wins immunity.
All right, Ryan losing someone else. Better be Gabby.
Kilgrave has a major meltdown.
He doesn't like losing.
Kilgrave quits the game as
Fuck you. Fuck you.
Wow. Wow, he was like one of the biggest characters on your tribe. And he just quit the game.
Why is it me?
And because of him quitting the game, a new alliance forms between Alpha, Amanda Waller, Cersei Lannister, JD, Jennifer, and Newman.
That leaves Clubber Lang, not an alliance, and there's one woman. And Gabby. Yes, Gabby. Get rid of Gabby. Wow. I'm still upset about this. Don't get me wrong. It's stupid.
At least he quit now and not at Final Four.
I would like for him to get further in the game.
Yeah.
That's bullshit.
It really is. I don't think he was going home.
No.
Okay. Here we are at episode 3 now. Okay. Alliances. Okay. And Island of the Idols Clubber arrives.
All right.
He does not play.
What a chump.
Yeah, I know. I think he should have really played. He's out of the majority alliance. He definitely should have played there.
Yeah.
And the
And
Lyro
yes.
tribe wins.
Because why not? Because why not?
I think Clubber's going home now.
No, it has to be Gabby. Give me something.
Caitlyn and Lan spawn strongly.
Good for them.
Boo works hard at camp and becomes tired. He's got to get some more candy. Katherine is injured but gets treated and can stay in the game thanks to Lady Tsunade.
Yeah. Let's see.
Cersei and Clubber have a small fight.
Clubber's gone.
Gabby and JD find something in common.
JD, stay away from her.
She is inching her way into this game.
JD.
Newman leaves the alliance and forms a new one with JD.
I'm not mad at that, but I'm like, Newman, why?
Yeah, I think you just put yourself at like, if this is the alliance that sticks around, you're going to be the one going home then.
All right, so I want to say Gabby, but things are pointing towards Clubber.
Yeah, I'm going to say Clubber. First vote goes to Gabby.
Please.
Second vote goes to Clubber.
Gabby.
Third vote goes to Gabby.
Please.
Fourth vote goes to Gabby.
Yes.
Fifth vote goes to Gabby. Gabby is voted out.
Yes.
Ryan's wish has been achieved.
Rejoice.
This tribal council was worth it.
Yes.
Okay. So Alpha, Cersei, Clubber, JD, Jennifer, Newman, Waller, and Gabby. And Gabby voted for Clubber. So yeah, just even straight out votes.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Can we win one? We got rid of Gabby. We should be good.
Okay. Island of the Idols. Tsunade arrives. She does not play. No one wants to play out there. And the
Why?
wins immunity.
Doesn't matter if I play heroes. Doesn't matter if I play villains. My team always sucks. Why?
Yeah, Komi is gonna get through to the merge at this rate with not having her vote.
Damn.
Caitlyn and Komi bond slightly. Adebayo and Boo bond slightly. And Draken rests at camp to restore his energy. Okay, Jennifer is impressing the rest of the team, and that's all we're getting. My guess is Clubber goes home here.
Bye, Clubber.
Yeah. First vote goes to Newman. Second vote goes to Newman.
Please, no.
Third vote goes to Clubber.
Please let it be Clubber.
Fourth vote goes to Clubber. Fifth vote goes to Newman.
Please, no.
Sixth vote goes to Clubber.
Please.
Clubber Lang, okay.
Thank God.
Newman.
All right, I've lost enough.
Yeah, like no joke, let me go to tribal next. I want to keep Newman to the merge. Get him to the merge.
Isn't there a twist?
Yeah, there's a twist. Okay, here's the new Lyro tribe.
So this is not balanced well at all.
No. We got
It's
Bruno. Bruno, Katherine the Great, Jennifer, Draken, Lady Tsunade, Leota Adebayo, Newman, and Komi.
And on my tribe.
We got Alpha, Amanda Waller, Caitlyn, Cersei, JD, Kelvin, Lance, and Majin Buu.
All right. Well, on the flip side, the people that have been to tribal have more experience with tribal, whereas all of them are newbies.
Mm-hmm.
I think Jennifer and Newman are kind of screwed if that goes to tribal.
Yeah. Well, at least Komi doesn't have her votes at this next
Yeah.
tribal. So.
And then Well, I mean, it's still 5-2 vote. If they're going by tribal ways.
Yeah, but that just means you got to get like 2 people. Just get 2 people to flip.
It's playable, but
Yeah.
it's an uphill battle.
Yeah.
And on this side, I'd say it could go either way. I just don't like my luck.
Yeah. It's I think your alliance though is going to be pretty strong. I think that you might go. I think your guys will probably go to rocks if it comes to it.
JD is pretty decent socializing, so he could curry favor, or he might just straight up blindside the villains.
Yeah. We shall see.
We'll see.
Okay. Keep going. Nothing there. Okay, reward challenge goes to the Lyro tribe. They win fajita meal provided by Applebee's, including desserts and drinks. Okay, and the immunity goes to the Lyro tribe. So Newman survives.
All right. I can.
Draken and Newman have a major fight.
Oh wait, you're breaking up a little bit.
Oh, am I? Can you hear me?
Joe,
are you there?
Joe,
Ryan, are you there? Oh no.
Joe.
Can you hear me?
There you are. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay. Can you see my screen again?
I can now. I can, but it's like in the upper right-hand corner.
The what?
Like I can see your screen, but it's not. Usually your head. Now I can't.
Now can you see it?
I can, but it's in the upper right-hand corner. You know how like on Zoom, you can usually see yourself? Oh, wait, yeah. I think I fixed it.
Okay, are you good now?
Yeah.
Okay, we got through the technical difficulties here. So Draken and Newman have a major fight. Not good for Newman. Not good for Newman. Komi has a major meltdown. Jennifer and Komi have a small fight.
Popular girl rivalry.
And a new alliance forms between Bruno, Draken, and Adebayo. And Bruno rested camp to restore his energy. So a lot just happened here on this tribe. They're all safe, but a lot happens.
Yeah. Sorry. Grandma always wants to call me during these.
Okay, and then over here on the Vokai tribe, Cersei and Boo bond slightly.
Okay.
And Lance and Boo bond strongly.
So Boo is getting his social game on.
Yeah. And Alpha leaves the alliance here. That was the majority. And a new alliance forms between Caitlyn, Lance, and Boo. Wow. There's a lot of ways this goes down.
Yeah. I don't know. It's too many moving parts to really tell.
Yeah. I mean, it could either be the people who are now kind of out of it, which is Alpha and Kelvin. But it could also still be, maybe a target on one of these majority alliances. I don't know.
We'll see.
First vote goes to Alpha. Second vote goes to Kelvin. Third vote goes to Kelvin.
Come on.
Fourth vote goes to Alpha. Fifth vote goes to Alpha. Sixth vote goes to Kelvin. Seventh vote goes to Alpha. 1 vote left. Kelvin, we are tied 4-4.
Oh,
first vote goes to Alpha. Second vote goes to Kelvin. Third vote goes to Alpha. Fourth vote goes to Kelvin. Fifth vote goes to Kelvin. And Kelvin is voted out. Someone flipped on him. Who was it? It was Waller. Waller did a flip here.
That makes a lot of sense. Give me 1 sec. I need to reply to this.
Okay, no worries. I'll just describe to the audience how the votes went down here. So Cersei, JD, Kelvin, and Waller voted for Alpha. Alpha, Boo, and Caitlin voted for Kelvin, with Waller then switching over here to Kelvin to ultimately get the first hero sent home.
Yeah. Sorry, Kelvin.
Man, I was hoping for a lot more.
It happens. Yeah, kind of like I did with Kilgrave.
Yeah. Okay, let's keep going here. Okay, reward challenge. Tsunade sits out of the challenge for Lyro Tribe.
All right.
Lyro Tribe wins reward. They win chickens.
Nice.
Cluck. Okay, so Tsunade arrives here at Island of the Idols. The lesson is courage, and she decides to play.
Oh no, this is bad for her because she's known as the legendary sucker.
Yeah.
She's bad at gambling, guys.
Lyro Tribe wins immunity, but she finds the vote blocker.
Just how?
She's done it. But maybe she saw it, got it in a very obvious way that everyone saw, and now there's a huge target on her.
Maybe.
Okay. Bruno is impressing the rest of the team. Newman and Komi have a minor disagreement. Newman is getting on everyone's nerves. Just like
understandably so. He's definitely the Nora of the season.
Yeah. And Adebayo leaves the alliance with Bruno and Draken.
But why?
I don't know. Caitlin and Cersei bond strongly.
All right.
And that's all that happens over there.
I think it might be Lance.
Yeah, I'm thinking either Lance or maybe
I think
Caitlin.
because Cersei, bonded with Boo and Caitlin, they're safe.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Lance, I think that makes a lot of sense.
But we'll see.
Okay. First vote goes to Caitlin. Second vote goes to Alpha. Third vote goes to Alpha. Fourth vote goes to Caitlin. Fifth vote goes to Alpha. Sixth vote goes to Caitlin. One vote left. And Caitlin is voted out. Dang.
I mean, it's about time you lost some peeps. I'm sorry though.
Yeah, I know, but dang. Just short of making it to the jury phase. We are now at the jury phase.
All right, so we'll see these people. Newman made it there. Can he make it to the merge?
Exactly. Okay. And here, reward challenge. Lyro Tribe wins reward. They win pizza. The Lyro Tribe has just been on fire this whole time.
They have not lost a single challenge.
Yeah, it doesn't matter how you change this. It is. This tribe is just so strong.
Unreal.
Komi arrives. The lesson is calculating risks.
Can she do it?
She decides to play, but loses and vote at the next tribal council. That she's got 2 tribal councils where she doesn't get her vote.
The thing is, I'm curious to see if she goes into the merge this way.
Yeah. She does.
Oh, she does. So it's not the first time. Our record is 8 people going into a season going into the merge without having to go to tribal. But 6 is still pretty impressive.
Yeah, that is crazy.
Komi, Kenryu, or Katherine the Great, Bruno, Adebayo, and Lady Tsunade have never felt the sting of tribal council.
Yeah, this is pretty crazy.
Half.
That is pretty crazy, I gotta say. This and they won all these rewards too. Like it's not like they're losing some of these rewards to their tribe. Like this has been a domination.
Damn.
Yeah, so two tribals in a row. That sucks. And
I
Jennifer and
never
Komi
saw
bond
that
slightly.
quantity two before.
Yeah.
That is a first.
Yeah. Waller and Cersei bond strongly. Cersei and Lance bond slightly.
All right.
And that's it.
Now I'm not. They could finally turn on Alpha. I don't see Jason going home.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think Jason, Cersei, and Waller honestly are all safe. I think the choices really are Alpha, Lance, and Boo. And I even think Boo's probably safest out of those three.
I would say it's either Alpha or Lance.
Mm-hmm. JD uses his hidden immunity idol.
Did he play it right though?
First vote goes to JD, does not count. Second vote goes to JD, does not count. Third vote goes to JD, does not count. Fourth vote goes to Alpha.
Oh yeah.
And Alpha is voted out in a 3-3 vote.
Damn. Blindsided.
Yeah.
She had a hell of a run for always being the target on the tribe, basically.
Yeah, exactly. She had so much heat on her, it kind of just caught up to her.
Yeah.
Okay, so Cersei, JD, and Waller voted for Alpha. Alpha, Boo, and Lance voted JD.
All right. It is time for the merge.
Here we go. Let's get an assessment of everyone's games.
It's an 8-5. 8 heroes, 5 villains. I gotta say, mostly because it's hard to assess half these people because they've really only been winning the entire time.
Yeah.
The only things I can really say about some of the heroes is that Komi is doing badly in the sense of like she can't vote.
Yeah.
For 2 tribal councils. So that can be very imperative. I'd say Cersei, JD are playing the best games right now. And I feel like Newman is being goading to the end. Because he knows that's the way Newman would play.
Yeah, he's on everyone's nerves, and if he can maybe just drive a couple of these early merge votes, like you may as well just take him into the end at that point.
Yeah, yeah. I would say I do want to see more of Ken Ryu going forward because, like, because I want because out of the people I wanted to like succeed, it's like the people that are left are Komi, Ken Ryu, and Newman. And I feel like Ken Ryu was the one. I was so excited when you announced him that he was on your list. I was like, yes.
Yeah.
Like, but we need to see more. And I feel like now we're going to definitely see a lot more play out of the heroes.
Yeah. I think the best hero that we've seen is Boo's social game. Boo's definitely bonded with a lot of the villains as well. Probably channeling a bit of his inner villain because that's what was supposed to be a part of it. So yeah, I think he's probably playing best out of the villains. The heroes. And then for villains, I think JD is playing probably one of the top tier on your
definitely him. He's one of the only people that have an alliance with Newman. Because everyone else hates his guts.
Yeah, exactly.
And I feel like Cersei is on the flip of that. She's able to kind of befriend everyone.
Okay, let's see what happens here at the merge. I think it's just so funny that the person who has social anxiety and can't talk to anyone is the one who can't vote at the next 2 tribal councils.
It is a little poetic.
Yeah. Tsunade wins individual immunity.
That doesn't surprise me at all.
Yeah. Okay. So she's got a vote blocker and individual immunity, and she's bonding with Lance strongly.
All right.
And that's all that we're getting.
It can get. I feel like it would be smart for them to take out Cersei.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure. The merge boots and Brantsteele can go any number of ways. It could really just be
Cersei.
Okay. Let's see. Katherine uses the idol on Komi.
Aw.
That's great.
But
First vote goes to Komi, does not count. Second vote goes to Komi, does not count. Third vote goes to Komi, does not count. Fourth vote goes to Komi, does not count. Fifth vote goes to Komi, does not count. Sixth vote goes to Komi, does not count. Seventh vote goes to Komi, does not count. Eighth vote goes to Bruno.
No.
Ninth vote goes to Bruno. 10th vote goes to Boo.
Okay.
11th vote goes to Boo. And Bruno, no.
You gave me a little shred of hope, and then you stripped it away.
Wow. What a play by Katherine the Great to keep Komi in the game.
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy. So Adebayo, Cersei, JD, Jennifer, Newman, Tsunade, and Waller all voted for Komi, whereas Boo, Katherine, and Lance voted for Bruno, and Bruno and Draken voted for Boo.
Still an uphill battle for those peeps, but don't count them out.
Yeah. Don't stress too much about the merge boots.
Yeah.
Okay. Group number 1 is Amanda Waller, Draken, Lady Tsunade, Lance, Adebayo, and Komi. And group number 2 is Katherine the Great, Cersei, JD, Jennifer, Majin Buu, and Newman. And group number 2 wins cheeseburgers, cookies, peanut butter, and beer.
Nice.
Okay. And there's a hanging note, and Lance happens to be the one to grab it. I will say this would be so in the characteristic of the show for him to get this kind of advantage where it seems like it should be good and it is completely terrible. Okay, so he is given the opportunity to sabotage another player. Yeah. But Boo wins immunity, and so does Adebayo.
All right, nice.
And Katherine finds another hidden immunity idol.
Good on her.
Yeah. Okay. So Lance has lost his vote at the next tribal council. Komi has lost her vote at the next tribal council.
At least like this will be the last. Oh.
Draken and Newman bond strongly. Okay. Okay, who's going home here?
It's really tough. It
Yeah,
could still be Komi.
Yeah.
Unless Katherine wants to use a second idol.
Yeah, just keep playing idols on Komi. You know she's going to get votes. Okay. I think it could also turn on Lance. I could see him not having his votes, just like how the Jamal thing kind of went out. Losing your vote here might be impactful. Tsunade used the vote blocker on JD, so now JD can't vote.
Oh no.
Wow. So there's 3 people in this group who can't vote now.
That means 9 votes total. So
yeah.
No tie, but there could be a 3-way tie.
No one stands, so no one plays anything else. First vote goes to Komi. Second vote goes to Komi. Third vote goes to Tsunade. Fourth vote goes to Tsunade. Fifth vote goes to Komi. Sixth vote goes to Tsunade. Seventh vote goes to Tsunade. And Tsunade is voted out.
Damn.
She wins that one individual immunity, and that is enough to get her big enough threats. So
it's Newman are in the minority alliance.
Yeah.
As far as we can tell.
Yeah. And Adebayo, Katherine, Cersei, Draken, Jennifer, and Waller voted Tsunade out. So Komi is still here. She survived another votes.
She can finally vote.
Yeah, exactly. This will be the first time she votes at this next tribal.
Gets medevac.
Oh man. Okay. Team number 1 is Waller, Cersei, JD, Jennifer, Majin Buu, and Komi. Team number 2 is Katherine the Great, Draken, Lance, Adebayo, and Newman. And Jennifer wins immunity, and Katherine wins immunity and reward for her team.
All right, nice.
Yes. I'm
No
liking
offense.
Catherine's game so far. She's
I
playing
think
a pretty.
Yeah, pretty good.
Lance and Adebayo have a small fight.
This is not good.
I think that's dangerous for them. But for here, I mean, you got to take out Komi now, right?
I feel like it's Komi's time.
It's got to be Komi. If she survives this, it'll be crazy. First vote goes to Boo. Second vote goes to Komi. Third vote goes to Komi. Fourth vote goes to Boo. Fifth vote goes to Komi. 1 vote left. And it is Boo. We are tied between Majin Buu and Komi.
Would you want to go to rocks for these people?
First vote goes to Komi. Second vote goes to Komi. And Komi is now voted out. Yeah. they just wanted to make sure she didn't have an idol. Yeah. Okay. So JD, Jennifer, and Komi voted for Boo. Boo, Cersei, and Waller voted for Komi. Okay. All right. Now this tribe. I mean, I think it's got to be either Lance or Adebayo.
I think it's Lance.
Yeah. Katherine uses the idol on Lance.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
I'm nervous.
First vote goes to Lance, does not count. Second vote goes to Lance, does not count. Third vote goes to Adebayo. And Adebayo is voted out with a wasted idol.
Oh man.
Wow.
Who voted?
Who voted? So Katherine, Lance, and Newman voted Adebayo, and Adebayo and Draken voted Lance.
Oh no.
Newman.
All right, so now is another time to assess. I'd say Katherine's playing a great game, as her name does not lie. Yeah. I think JD's playing a pretty respectful game too. I feel like Cersei's been a little quiet, but there's also been, the merge and then this split vote. Yeah, I would say those are like the top 3 front runners right now.
Yeah. I still think, Boo has that potential sleeper threat quality to him.
Newman's still in there.
Newman's still there. I mean, I'm glad he's still here. I think it's hilarious. Okay, Island of the Idols. Walder arrives. The lesson is situational awareness.
That's actually her forte.
Yeah. She does not play, though.
Why?
She does not trust her situational awareness. And Katherine the Great wins immunity.
Nice.
Okay, I think she's probably going to be an all-star candidate with how she's playing. So. Katherine finds another idol.
Yep. Yeah. So she has 2 now, right?
She played the last one incorrectly, so she just refound it.
Gosh.
Cersei and JD Brantsteele. Yeah, she can play an idol. It doesn't matter. She'll just find it again the next episode.
She's run out of time, though.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. I
still think Lance has to go here. I feel like he's also been in the front.
Could be Lance. Could be Kenny.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I feel like it might be. Can we also say that the reversal of like now there's more villains than heroes?
Yeah. That's kind of crazy. It's been a lot of heroes going back to back to back.
The entire merch has been that.
Yeah.
I came in with 5. I think it might be Lance or Kenny.
Mm-hmm. First vote goes to Jennifer. Second vote goes to Boo. Third vote goes to Boo. Fourth vote goes to Jennifer. Fifth vote goes to Boo. Sixth vote goes to Boo. Seventh vote goes to Jennifer. And Majin Buu is voted out.
Dang.
Unfortunate. Yeah, this
Looks
is
like
really becoming the heroes have quickly been diminished.
Yeah, they're down to 3.
Yeah.
Some would argue that these are the best 3 left.
Yeah.
But dang. It's sad to see the decimation.
Yeah, exactly. But that means, I mean, JD, I think, has been playing a very good game. I mean, I think he's been a huge part of this, keeping everyone together here for the villains, kind of creating some villain unite there.
I mean, he's the only one that we've been glossing over it, but like he and Newman have like a 9 relationship. It's like an 8-9.
Yeah.
So like, you know, he's having a hell of a social game, and one of the only people that can control Newman.
Exactly. Okay, let's go to reward challenge. Pair number 1 is Cersei and Lance. Second pair is Waller and Draken. Third pair is JD and Jennifer. And fourth pair is Katherine the Great and Newman.
Is it Katherine and Newman?
No, it's JD and Jennifer. And they share it with Draken and Waller.
Nice.
And JD wins immunity.
All right.
Okay.
So what
Draken and Lance bond slightly.
They know it's one of them.
Katherine and Cersei bond slightly. Cersei has a major meltdown. And a new alliance forms between Waller, Jennifer, Draken, Lance, and Newman.
What's going on?
And
are they going to? They're going to get rid of Cersei.
Yeah, I think it's either Cersei. They might try to vote Katherine here, but she has an idol still.
I think the only other person that wasn't in that alliance was JD, but he's immune. So I think they might be gunning for Cersei here.
Katherine uses the idol. First vote goes to Katherine, does not count. Second vote goes to Katherine, does not count. Third vote goes to Katherine, does not count. Fourth vote goes to Katherine, does not count. Fifth vote goes to Katherine, does not count. Sixth vote goes to Katherine, does not count. Seventh vote goes to Katherine, does not count. Who is she voting for? Lance! She takes out Lance. Wow.
Oh.
That is
another hero falls.
Yeah, you could have taken out a villain here, Katherine.
This is the last episode. It takes 2 parts. Will we have a hero in the finale?
Yeah, we don't know. Because
like they were targeting 2 heroes, and I feel like they realize that Katherine's a huge threat. They have to take her out. But the way she's finding these idols, man.
Yeah, and she can win immunities. But I mean, she has to do something to survive. Like, I don't think her social game can get her out of this hole now.
No.
Okay, reward challenge. Waller wins reward and shares it with Jennifer and Cersei. They win a trip to a spa.
Nice.
And let's go to Island of the Idols, where Katherine arrives.
All right.
Come on. The lesson is jury management. She can get an extra vote, idol nullifier, or a hidden immunity idol. Good for the next following tribal council. That's what you'd want. She decides to play. She loses. No! She loses her vote. No.
Oh, that's not good.
Oh, that is not.
Can she win immunity?
Jennifer wins immunity. It's not looking good for Katherine the Great.
Can she find an idol?
She does not. No, Newman has a major meltdown, though.
Oh, God.
And then he finds something in common with Draken.
Fucking Newman.
Katherine is completely worn out, but is not giving up. So she's probably just looking for the idol this whole time. She's not trying to even try with her social game.
It's going to be her.
Yeah. First vote goes to Katherine.
I'm not even.
Second vote goes to Katherine. Third vote goes to Katherine. Yeah, just a unanimous vote to take out Katherine.
Unanimous. That sucks.
Wow.
She's definitely an all-star contestant, but wow.
Yeah, exactly. Right, what a way to go out.
This is the last one before the merge.
Yeah, can Draken make it to the finale?
Last one standing. Oh
Waller
my God.
finds the hidden immunity idol.
So she's guaranteed.
Okay, and immunity goes to Newman.
Oh my God.
Is he winning this game?
Oh my god.
Newman leaves the alliance though with Waller, Jennifer, and Draken.
I still think it's Kenny.
Cersei works hard at camp and becomes tired.
I think it's Draken or Cersei.
Yeah, I think those are the two most likely. Waller uses the idol. She wants to get herself to this finale. First vote goes to Draken.
Oh.
Second vote goes to JD. Third vote goes to Draken. Fourth vote goes to JD. Fifth vote goes to JD. One vote left. Draken, we are tied between Draken and JD. Are we going to rocks or are they flipping?
I don't think you go to rocks for either of these two.
Yeah.
They're delinquents.
Yeah, that's very true. First vote goes to Draken. Second vote goes to JD. Third vote goes to Draken. And fourth vote goes to JD.
Oh,
we are going to rocks.
Kenny gets it. Waller's immune.
Yeah.
Newman's immune. So it's
either
Jennifer
Cersei or Jennifer.
Cersei. I feel like it's Cersei.
I don't know. It's 50-50. Who knows?
It would be.
It's Jennifer. The game has spoken.
You know, I'm fine with that because now we have this amazing final five.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's see here. So Cersei, JD, and Newman voted for Draken. Draken, Jennifer, and Waller voted for JD. So yeah.
Oh my! This is gearing up to be a very interesting finale.
Yeah.
So a little assessment. We still have that one hero, Drake.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, by just that, he has a chance to win this game if he gets to the end.
Yeah, because the jury is stacked up with heroes.
Exactly.
I think Waller's playing a great game. So is Cersei. JD, I think, is possibly playing the best game out of the bunch.
Yeah. And
Newman is just the Laura.
Yeah, he's just along for the ride. He's annoyed pretty much everyone on the jury with his very annoying habits and antics. So we'll see if they do want to bring him to the final three, though. Let's see. Island of the Idols. The final five arrive. So Regina George and Rick Sanchez are now off the island. They leave to give their farewell. And JD finds the idol.
Nice.
So he is safe. And who wins immunity? Waller wins immunity and shares the reward with JD.
Nice. All right.
Cersei and Draken bond strongly. This could be trouble for Newman. Are they going to turn on Newman here?
I don't think so. I feel like getting out Ken Ryu is probably the best thing.
Mm-hmm. JD uses his idol, of course. First vote goes to Draken. Second vote goes to Newman.
Not Newman.
Third vote goes to Draken.
But I don't want Draken either.
Fourth vote goes to Newman. One vote left. Newman goes home at final five.
No, man.
Hey, he was a great character on the season.
I mean, I'm glad he's gone, but at the same time, just for the lulz. This is like the one time I was like, for the lulz. But you know, if Draken wins this thing, I'm game. Like,
yeah. So Cersei, Draken, and Waller voted Newman, and JD and Newman voted Draken. So JD a bit on the outs here now.
I mean, this is probably the easiest one to get past, though, because all you have to do is just, if you win, you're good. Mm-hmm. But like, you have several chances to like get yourself saved.
Exactly. And Draken wins final individual immunity.
I think he wins here.
Yeah, I think he has the jury. I think it might not matter to say his game. I think he's in the perfect position to get all those hero votes.
Yeah, it's GG's at this point.
Yeah.
No events occur. Who does he get?
He grants safety to Waller, putting Cersei and JD at fire.
Come on.
And JD wins. Cersei is
Nice.
eliminated.
I definitely think we have a good final three here. It can go any number of ways, but I think Draken definitely has the edge here. I feel JD also played a pretty solid game as well. And Waller was kind of like I said, she was built to play this game. I think her game is pretty respectful. I think she's already going to get one vote, because, Adebayo is already on the jury. So it's like guaranteed one.
Yeah.
But then again, the simulation doesn't necessarily know that.
Yeah, exactly. But I would definitely put money in favor towards Draken just winning based off of who made it to the jury phase.
All right.
Okay. The first vote goes to Draken.
Woo!
Second vote goes to JD. Third vote goes to Waller. Fourth vote goes to Waller. Fifth vote goes to Waller. Sixth vote goes to JD. Seventh vote goes to Draken. Eighth vote goes to Draken. Ninth vote goes to Draken. 10th vote and winner
wins!
In a 6-3 to 2 votes.
Nice. Very well deserved.
Yeah. Is this pretty much heroes voting though? Adebayo, Bruno, Boo, Cersei, Komi, and Lance. So
the
Cersei,
only one was Cersei.
Yeah. So Cersei ended up joining in here with the Draken. Catherine voted for Waller. Same with Tsunade.
Did not vote for Waller.
Yeah. Interesting.
Damn.
Yeah.
Oh, it is fitting that Newman votes for JD.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, look at that. Draken wins the fan favorite award too.
He's getting all of the money.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. So the hero who managed to make it from final 6 onwards ends up winning.
You can take that off then.
And now we get to be reminded of the quit again.
Damn. I mean,
yeah.
It's something where it didn't fully take away my enjoyment of the season.
Yeah.
Maybe because it was early on.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. If this was a Final Four quit, like say he made us the Final Four here and then quit, yeah, it would have ruined the season. But also at least it was at the beginning.
Yeah, also because Draken, I was as soon as you put him on your list, I was like, oh my god, yes. I was so excited for him, to be on a season. And the fact that he won, that throws me to pieces. Also, we've had a lot of great players that came out of this one. Yeah. Usually our Fantasy Island seasons really do that. Because we got Katherine the Great, we got Waller, Cersei, JD. I feel Newman. I feel like he can come back. Yeah, I feel
Lance had a lot of heat on him for most of the season.
Komi as well, I feel is a solid contender.
Yeah. Komi, this early jury phase, she was just constantly getting votes.
Yeah.
Well, let's see here just some other statistics. So Jennifer winning the most challenges here with 2 immunities. Yeah.
Wow. I know you were saying that what was his name? Lance got a lot of votes, but to be honest, he's not in the
I feel like he got a lot of heat on him.
I don't know. I think it was because he got voted out. I think because
I guess his vote out was just a 1-person vote.
Yeah, and he was on the bottom, so it kind of felt like he had a lot of heat. Where Komi racked him up.
Yeah, exactly.
And she only was at 3 tribal councils. That's
yeah, and she the first tribal council she got where she could vote, she goes home.
Damn.
Catherine the Great though with those 3 idols, great.
Yeah, and Cersei and Amanda, they're up there. Yeah. I'd say Majin Buu was also there. Interesting.
Yeah, I don't know about strategic. I definitely think Boo had some good social ties, but it
Yeah.
just didn't translate to the end game here.
All right.
Okay, well that does it here for this episode of Fantasy Island 3.
Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. I think this was a solid one. I definitely think it's upper tier. Yeah, I feel this one was a lot of fun to do.
Yeah, there's
I
gonna
hope
be a
you
lot
guys
of
enjoyed it.
lot of people gonna be up for this next All Stars. I feel like out of the 2 that we've done so far for this season,
Oh yeah.
definitely a lot of choices. And there's still, All Stars 9, so a few representatives that we could do there. So this might be a
Be
pretty
hard
stacked.
though.
Yeah.
There's going to be some hearts broken. So we'll see.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna end this here, and we will see you guys next time on the next episode of the Day After Podcast.
Peace out.
Adios.